What is up, everybody? It's VoxelCraze here. Welcome back to finally a new episode on the LumpiaCraft server. It has been a very long time, and I have an explanation for that. It's just a matter of a lot of things coming up at once. About 2 months ago, so at the end of January, my brother was getting married, and unfortunately, the week and a half before that, I got sick. So that week and a half, I was in a mad dash to try to get myself better because we were flying out to Virginia to go see my brother's wedding and for a weekend. Luckily enough, I kind of got better enough to do just that. You know, I was in the wedding, or I wasn't in the wedding, but we were at the wedding, and everything went off without a hitch. I was fine for most of the ceremony. And then after we got back from the wedding, it was a lot of, we're moving the house around. We're not necessarily moving, it's just the house is being kind of, there's a silverfish in that one. The house is being rearranged, so I've moved into a different room in the house now that is bigger and is away from everybody else who sleeps, so that way I can record more throughout the day, rather than just recording when no one else is home. But unfortunately that also means I have moved to the room closer to the street, so I get a lot more street sounds. But it's just something we're gonna have to work around, you know, it's no big deal. And then so we've been moving. We are still in the process of moving. There's a lot of things that need to be arranged and bought still. And then right after I moved, my internet, just my internet, the one I record on, the computer I record on, would not work at all. I was in the process of, you know, buying a new network card, getting a wireless adapter, trying to figure out what was wrong. It took about another week, so this is probably a good month and a half after I got sick. I did not go into the end. What has happened? God dang it. Alright, so we're gonna head back. But yeah, my internet wasn't working, so that took about 2 weeks for me to finally solve. And it's still a little jumpy here and there. Sometimes I will be fine, sometimes I won't be. It's just a matter of how my internet's feeling that day. So it's a process. And then lastly, you know, I actually had started recording an episode last week, actually. And unfortunately, I do live in Northern California, and we have had some fairly major storms, and they have affected our power and our power poles and power lines in general. So there was a good 3 days where I was recording, but we kept getting blackouts, and all my footage is pretty much corrupted, so I can't use any of it. Nothing too much got built that episode, unfortunately, though I did lose a lot of things. I died twice. I lost 2 elytras, all my diamond armor, and everything. And then I went into the end to try to get some of it back, you know, because elytras are important and handy, and I've come accustomed to always having them with me. And now it wasn't there anymore. So I went to the end. I went to the end to try to get some back, and I died like 3 times with multiple elytras on me. So it wasn't great. It definitely would have been a very hilarious episode to watch, but at the same time very sad because I lost a lot of things. Oh, because I'm using Silk Touch. Anyways, guys, we are finally back in LumpiaCraft today, and I know, and whenever I last recorded, I said I was going to start working on Atlantis again, but I just kind of want to ease myself back into this, and today I figured we would kind of make this whole traveling to the end a little bit easier. So I want to make an end room, you know, make it fairly dark, I'm thinking, not too lit up or anything. I really just kind of want to get back into the groove of Minecrafting. It has been 2 months for me now since I last put out an episode, so you know, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it my way, which will most likely be in a third-person time lapse. Unfortunately, because of my internet, My computer may not be able to handle a third-person time-lapse, so if it doesn't, you'll know why you won't see one in a little bit. But for now, we are just going to we're gonna pretty much make this room huge. We're gonna make it huge. That's all I can say. And it's gonna be dark and very end-like, I'm hoping. I did bring a bunch of wool, so I'm gonna have to make sure that it doesn't burn, so I'm going to make sure that there is no lava pockets around anywhere and that kind of thing. We also have some glass. I'm gonna need to get some squid ink for this and whatnot. But again, we're gonna do this in a third-person time-lapse, and hopefully it works. See you guys in a bit.
Remember the dream?
Well guys, I did originally want to go down to bedrock with this, but there's lava here, there's lava there, there's a little bit of lava in the corner behind the beacon near those diamonds, a little bit of lava there. I'm finding a lot more lava than I thought I was going to, so I may need to rethink my whole using wool thing, or rethink how I'm going to do this. And I'm going to figure that out, but first I need to fix this, just in case one of the guys sign on and decide they want to go to the end, because they have a very good chance of falling to their death right now if I leave it like this. So we're going to go ahead and change that real quick, just to make sure it's, you know, kind of safe, and I'm going to go ahead and move all these chests back. I have some shulker boxes and some shulker shells, say that 3 times fast, and I'm going to move the stuff back, just to clean it up a little, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do in this place. Alright guys, so I'm still over here digging a bit. I think I've decided kind of what I want to do. We are going to probably try to save some of the lava, but what I want to try to do is kind of make like a river of lava going through here, but I still want to dig it down to bedrock, so we're gonna do both of those things. I have Silk Touch, this works perfectly. So I'm gonna, more. Any more? Any more? Nope, okay. Fill this back in. Alright, so, I'm gonna continue digging down a bedrock. And then we're gonna put the lava in. And then we're also gonna dig up. If we go all the way up, we're actually going to hit the ocean, and so what I'm thinking is I'm going to make a dome where the water is, so that way, you know, you kind of get a view upwards, but it's all underwater. I think that could be really cool, and then down here we'll have the lava, so it'll kind of be like a split between I don't want to say heaven and hell, but that's pretty much what I'm going for at the moment, which I think might be pretty cool. So I'm going to dig to bedrock, which shouldn't take me too long. I'm already at 9, so maybe 1 or 2 more levels, and then I will bring you guys back when I'm ready to dig a little bit upwards and see what the water holds in terms of problems for us. So we are going to do the roof before we do all the lava, because I don't want water to come down and turn all the lava into obsidian, because that would be a pain in the butt. Yeah, let's do that. Well, unfortunately, remember the internet problems I said I was having? Yeah, I lagged while I was moving all of the lava, because I want to save the lava because I might use it still. So I was moving the lava and my game lagged and it crashed and I died. So I lost a very good pick, which kind of sucks, but the rest of my stuff that I had was not really of much consequence. I lost like a bunch of buckets and whatnot. I might just say forget moving the lava and just get rid of it by placing blocks. Seems the more sensible thing. I can always come back into the nether and get more lava. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and start making that dome with the water. So let's see if any of my stuff survived. I don't even know where I died. Like, that's how badly I lagged. And you can tell I'm still lagging. Yeah, I'm on a block in the middle of the void. Oh my god, come on. Load. Load game, load. There we go. Am I actually moving? Waiting to see if there's a rubber band effect or not. Alright, let's see. Where could my stuff Oh, this is where I died. Why is there lava right there? What the heck happened? Anyways, I moved a good... Well, hello. Again. Oh, see? Lag. Not good. I might stop playing and... Really? I might stop playing and see if I can... figure this out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And then, when I come back, once I fix everything, we will do that dome thing.
More flight.
guys, that is kind of what we got going so far. I haven't touched the bottom yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I could either do the obsidian, or I had an idea that maybe I can do some sort of stalagmite kind of thing using stone bricks. Obviously they wouldn't really be stalagmites, but you know, there'd be kind of that bumpy, rocky kind of look going. I'm just not quite sure yet. But I'm going to continue working on the top. So as I said, I wanted to bring these branches down, so they go all the way down, kind of like walls maybe. And then we're gonna have a path, I think, along the outside rim to walk. I'm not quite sure yet. We're still winging this, so we're gonna keep working. I'm gonna, you know, dive right into it and figure out what I want. I just want to give you guys an update what I've done. I've gone through maybe 2.5 to 3 chestfuls of black wool, and that is all I got, plus these 2 stacks. So we have a lot more to go, and I need to put 3 more up there because I didn't do that during the time lapse. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those in there. Oops, not with black wool. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to continue working, and I'll bring you back when I've got something. Welcome back, guys, and I've done one little section and I don't like it, so that's all coming down. But we have one wall down with all the black wool. That is all the black wool I have left, so it's going to be a lot of time on the Lumpia's base at his sheep farm. But I am going to tear that down, and we're going to think of something else to do. I liked the idea. I think I'm overdoing it in terms of how much randomness I'm trying to add, but I'm thinking, I don't know. I do like the idea of leaving it really dark. The only problem is that there is no black block that I can use that won't burn right now. We are still only in 1.11.2, yeah, so we're not doing the snapshots or anything, and 1.12. No idea when we're gonna get that. So, black clay is still kind of brown, and we don't have the concrete blocks yet, so I have to think of something. We could always use obsidian. You can tell over there, obsidian is still pretty dark in those spots, so that's a possibility. I probably do have enough obsidian. It's unfortunate that the lava goes so high, because I'm gonna need so much of it, and I think there's some behind this wall too, I think. And there's also lava, little bits of it, I think, inside the bedrock. So it's a shame we can't just use wool the whole entire time. But unfortunately, guys, I think that is all the time I have for today. So we are going to have to finish this project up in our next episode, which will be finishing off the walls, figuring out if we are going to do anything down there or not. Like I said, I like the idea, but I knew that it was going to be hard to execute, and I was pretty sure it wasn't going to turn out the way I have it imaged in my head, because ironically this area is too small for what I want to do. So yeah, we're gonna tear that down, and then we're also gonna finish the sides. As I said, I want a light walkway around somehow, just so you can kind of glaze down and look at the vastness of the emptiness and whatnot. Ouch, really? Anyways, guys, as I said, that is all the time I had for today. So if you liked the episode, please feel free to share and favorite it. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook to know when we are going live and posting new episodes. And again, I apologize for this episode being so late. Thanks for bearing with me, and I guess I will see you guys next time. Alright? Oops. Bye! Look at that spawner. Pew, pew, pew. Hi, guys.